Yeah. Yeah. And I agree with that. I'm learning that as well. It's almost like one of those things because again, same. Like even when we connected, it was literally the same for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And me again coming from like a place where I'm shy, it's just like, well, you gotta try, you gotta find out.
Yep,
And a big part of being able to do that, at least for me, is being able to find comfort in myself. Like now that I
exactly.
exactly. Now that I've gotten older, and more comfortable with myself and more confident in myself, it's just like I'm self-secure.
Hmm.
So you cannot like me or you can love me, and it really won't make a difference because either way, I still
Yeah,
gotta be when I walk away from this. So whether you
yeah.
tell me yes or whether you tell me no, I'm still me when I walk away from this, and it doesn't add or take away from my value, you know?
That's fact. And you hit it right on the nail when you said it's about confidence. Like when you're confident in who you are, even if even if you're not going into a networking event like to sell yourself, that's not the right word. Even if you're not going into promote yourself, like say you're going in to promote a business, right? You got to be confident in that business. You have to know it front and back to some degree to feel like you can go and talk to somebody about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like that's really what networking is. Like you really have to be confident in whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing. Even if you got to make it up on the fly, like somebody should know that you just made all this information up, you know? Like you could be really faking it, but like fake it good. I'm not advising that, but like that's really what it goes back to. You know, you confidence. You said it. You said it right on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was something that I did when I was in my 20s, and like again, it goes back to knowing yourself too, because like when you know yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
know what your thing is when you go out.
Yeah.
Like you can learn what your thing is that makes you appealing or likable. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of like do it. So like for me, that is one of my strengths when I go out. I can make shit up on the fly real easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I can make it sound
Yeah.
convincing. You know what I'm saying? It's just
That's
like,
a gift.
yeah.
That is a gift.
Yo, I remember back in in my retail days, I got a award from the CEO just making shit up. I really did. I had people that were older than me jealous and everything like that because I just said something that just came to my brain when he asked me a question. And it was
That's a
like,
gift.
look,
Do you
and
do good at interviews?
yeah,
I can see that.
yeah.
That's
I mean, yeah.
amazing.
But I mean, we're here now, right? So like, and that's what kind of like showed me, you know what I'm saying, as I got to know myself and understanding like my gifts and my skills and stuff like that. So when it
Yeah.
comes to things like, okay, for the expo, where it's just like, oh, you're shy. The old you is shy. But like you know all of these things about yourself. Like when you were working in retail, you could sell a credit card not because people were excited to buy credit cards, because had a good way of making it sound like it was going to be a good investment. Like, you know,
Yeah.
even if it wasn't necessarily for that person, you made it sound real good in that moment, you know? So it's just like
Yeah.
understanding who you are and like what your things are. And like, granted, use those gifts with integrity because if you don't,
You gonna get humbled real quick.
exactly. But you know what I'm saying? It's being able to know yourself and understand like what your gifts are. Like, you know, if you look at somebody and it's just like, maybe we don't need to, you know, if I'm here to promote my business, maybe that's just not how I start off the interaction. Maybe I, like you said, maybe I start the day by complimenting you, or you know what I'm saying, saying something that I feel like would be of common interest or that anyone can connect to. Let's make a connection first before I
Yes.
try to sell you whatever it is that I'm trying to sell you, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think that people forget like or don't know like when you're going into networking or an event where you're going to end up networking, you got to be genuine because if you're not, somebody's going to see right through that.
Yeah.
You know, even if you're making something up on the spot, like you still have got to be genuine because people. I mean, we're people. We can see straight through for the most part. We can see straight through when somebody is like actually vibing with us and when they're not, or
Mhm.
when somebody is actually interested in what we're talking about and when they're not. Something that I've learned with doing this research about networking is you should maybe not talk about yourself like a whole lot because it makes you seem kind of self-centered.
Mhm.
But like give space for somebody else to tell you about themselves, and that just it goes back to that connection piece that you were saying. Like somebody is gonna want to talk. Somebody's gonna want to tell you about themselves, but you should also they should also be interested in learning about you as well.
Yeah.
It's like a give take.
Yeah. Yeah. It like, you know what I'm saying? It's not forcing an interaction, it's allowing an interaction to happen. You know what
For
I'm
sure.
saying? If somebody is giving you something, like, you know what I'm saying, go back and forth. So like if you're trying to build a connection with someone, leave the door open for them to feel able to connect
Welcome.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Because if you close that door, the networking is not going to happen. They're not going to remember you. They're not going to follow up with you. Like, and there went that potential partnership that you could have had.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
There it went.
Yeah.
And then also another thing that I've learned, because I mean I network for my job all the time, um, is if you love what you do, show that. It's okay. It's okay for them to see you be vulnerable and showing that you actually love the job that you have. Um, that I feel like that's what has kept me a lot when it's come to networking. People are able to see the passion that I have for what I do, and it buys them in. They're like, oh, I want to know more. Oh, I want to work with you. Oh, you're different. Oh, you're not like the other, you know, whatever. You're different. Something about you sets you apart. And I mean, granted, that's God, but like, because I mean, He instills all the passions that I have, but it's just like going in with that genuine heart and that pureness of wanting to know somebody else genuinely and wanting to know or wanting to connect genuinely, like that's the key, truly the key. Pun
Yeah.
intended.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is very true. It's very true. It's almost like the episode that comes before this one. I'm
Mm.
talking to a girl named Rachel, and we're talking about purpose and like finding purpose.
Wait, you said you're talking about purpose?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, finding purpose and just like how when you find something that you love, all of these things come to you. They all come
That's
to
a
you.
fact.
Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because it's coming to you because what you're doing is coming from a genuine space. Like
Mm-hmm.
you said, it's loving what it is that you do, so you get to show up for it differently. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I just told you before this started, my bosses asked me what happened to make you start performing this way, with this way being better. And it's because I had to change my outlook and embrace the parts of my job that I love doing versus looking at all of the ones that I don't like doing, you know,
Right.
and finding a new outlook and perspective on my job, and even doing this show, it's a love for it. So because I love what I do, other people see that and it creates a new type of relationship, a new type of investment in the people that I deal with. You know what I'm saying? When
Yep.
I wasn't as confident in what it's going to do, it doesn't perform the same. But when I'm
Yeah.
confident and when I'm just doing it because I love it, it's a different experience and it allows these things to come to you. So if you got a network and you're not comfortable with networking, you become comfortable with networking
Yep.
because the love of what you do outweighs fear.
That's a fact. That is indeed a fact. The love. Wait, you said that the love of what you do outweighs the fear. I like
Yeah,
that. I like
thank
that a lot.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm gonna have to borrow that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I mean, because that's real. I mean, I don't know about you, but like when you talk to people and they're like, "Wow, you're just really passionate about this," it's like, yeah, because I love what I do.
Yeah,
Like the love of what I do is gonna outweigh any type of fear, any type of anguish, any type of negativity that tries to come up. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I need to go add that to something. I don't know what I'm added to yet, but go get it tattooed somewhere.
Later. Y'all, if y'all can't tell, I'm sorry to bust you out. Keara been cooking the whole time.
Really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I promise it's gonna turn out good too. It's a lot of chicken.
It was the aluminum foil.
Ridiculous.
It was just like, bro, we can't hide this aluminum foil. There's no way.
It was too loud. Like I feel like I was doing okay until I had to go and heat the foil to put it in the bottom of my air fryer. It was too loud. Sorry, guys. This just goes to show how genuine this show is, and that Marissa is really like that. So if you haven't got on here, you need to get on here because it's really like that.
Yeah, it's
Shameless
a fun
plug.
Okay, what other podcast lets you cook while they do it?
You know, yeah, gotta really work on my timeliness.
Nah, this is what I mean, I like these things don't bother me, they don't bother me. I'm having fun, so I don't care. But
see, and that goes back to what you were just saying. Like you really gotta have fun with what you're doing.
yeah,
Like you gotta love what you're doing. Like if you don't have fun and you can't find like the highs and the ebbs and the flows, like what are you really doing? You know?
Exactly.
But yeah, guys, this is gonna be a gourmet meal. We'll find out in about 4 hours how it turns out.
Okay.